All right. Wanted to do a video tonight for a couple of reasons. First of all, I wanted to talk about the fact that our website is still giving us trouble. And I've been working on it myself, trying to get it corrected, the issue. Apparently, somebody hacked into it about 2 or 3 days after it launched. And some of you may have noticed that when you try to go read our blogs and things like that, that you get redirected to random stuff. So, still trying to correct that. I think today I got they call it malware, they got the malware removed, but it broke some of the links and some of the things that are supposed to work on the site. So I've got somebody that's supposed to be looking at that to correct that issue. But while all that's going on, we can just do more videos, I guess.
Well, and because of that, it took a lot of our blogs down from Facebook too, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. All of a sudden, Facebook decided to remove like everything. I mean, well, about 75 or 80% of all the stuff that we've got posted on there. So only thing that seems to be left is one of the video, one of these vlogs, and a couple other things.
But they can get back to the blogs on our website, right?
You can, yeah, you can still go to the website. It's just certain things. A lot of the pictures aren't showing up, but you can still read the blogs. Yeah. You just can't get to them through Facebook because there's no links on Facebook for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. Which I guess I could talk about that tonight because that has been very aggravating to me. And when I jump into something like that, I try to fix it myself. I had some people working on it, and I got impatient and jumped in and tried to get the ball rolling and get everything accomplished myself. And I've been very frustrated at times. Melissa can attest to that. And I've talked to her a lot about it because of the frustration. And it's not just, I think that just the website is it's just one of those things that brought out something in me that was already there, a struggle that's inside of me, and it's just this. It leads to this uh, drive to do things myself, and when I'm doing things myself, I'm not really focused a lot or any at all really on what God's doing or trusting Him with any of it. And I guess that's where I'm trying to go with this is that just a few days ago I was talking to Melissa about it, and I think if you've listened to any of the videos that we've posted before this or any of the blogs that we post, you'll see how much we believe in the fact that God wants us to be open with each other so that He can reveal things to us and love us and meet our needs. And anyway, I was talking to Melissa, and she just looks at me and she's like, you don't believe, what was it you said? How did you word it?
Gosh, I don't know how I worded it, but basically it was that you didn't believe that you were enough. You didn't even believe in your how you were going about things and how you were doing things.
Yeah, and didn't stop with just a silly website.
Right.
It became like all encompassing to me. Like there was nothing in the world but trying to fix that website.
Well, you just felt like that was another thing. You just kept feeling defeated. Like it was just one other thing that was happening, and
that I couldn't control.
That you couldn't control.
And if I fixed
but
one
you felt
thing,
like God wasn't involved in it either.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way really. That there was an underlying belief, assumption that He didn't care or was not, it wasn't important to Him, or He wasn't involved, or He wasn't doing anything. I remember years ago that came up, actually, that I struggle with believing this lie that God's not doing anything right now in my life. So I feel like I've got to do something to make it happen. I say we. I know sometimes I'll say that I know He's doing something, but it's still really me. I'll make out like it's Him, but it's, I'll blame it on Him and say this was His idea.
Well, I think we do that sometimes. He wants to bless me like even if it's good or bad, we can do that sometimes.
Right. but yeah, Melissa, when she said that to me, it really just, I was really listening, and it triggered, oh yeah, that's exactly what's going on. I don't think that I'm enough, um, and it was showing up. Of course, it was showing up, and I was really struggling with actually in my counseling. A few clients, I was beating myself up severely after sessions, and uh, not thinking that I, I don't know, that I knew what I was doing, or that I was not helping people, or anyway, it gets really messed up when I go down that road, and it shows up everywhere. Which kind of leads us into something else that we've been talking about. Something that really, I remember you said at night, it really breaks your heart. It breaks my heart too. This when we don't see God for who He is, or we see other people, in our lives, that we just pick up on little things they say that, oh my, that's not who God is. And it really it's really upsetting to us, and you may want to.
Well, I mean, it's bondage of some sort, whether we're that ourselves, or whether we're hearing it in other people. But it's some form of bondage that they're held under, and a lot of it is because we're believing that some lie about God, that things must be this, and this, or else you're not one of His children, or He doesn't love you, or He's going to punish you, or whatever.
Or He's going to withhold His love until you get something right.
Or He's going to mess up your website.
Right. Just to prove a point. To teach me something. I always, where that comes from with me, but I have this tendency to think that God's trying to prove a point all the time. He's got an ulterior motive, an agenda that has nothing to do with anything that's good for me.
Well, and that's only when you step back in and you try to take control. And then things just continue to just spiral. Then you can continue to beat yourself up worse. You continue to try to control it even more. And normally in all that is that false belief about, God's not enough, or I'm not enough. Right. Something in there that's making us try to perform harder. Instead of just trusting, in Him and in the truth, even in those difficult times.
And the truth that really seemed like it's just come back to me. The one that I actually put it in my phone so that it pops up every morning at 7 a.m. so I see it every day. Is that God is doing something in me and through me. He is actively involved, and He is enough. He is enough. Not what He can give me is enough, or what He'll do for me is enough, but just He is enough. Just the relationship with Him is enough. And I've just really, since that came up the other day when we were talking, that has been a primary focus for me. Now, I have lost sight of that at times, but it has been something I feel like that God really wanted me to see about Him and be reminded about Him. Because I know these things. Again, it's something I know, but it's not something I'm experiencing because I'm not trusting it. I'm not trusting Him.
Well, and when we look at our experiences and our circumstances, and we define who God is based on that, we're not going to experience that He is enough.
Right. And just to kind of go into a little bit more about what we mean when we say that our hearts are broken when we, around other people that we know are not seeing God for who He really is. Not that we always do, but sometimes it's easier to see it in others than it is in yourself. But for whatever reason, when I was younger, somewhere I picked up the lie that God was really wanting me to follow the rules and get things right. And maybe that's where some of this lie about not being enough comes from, because I was not good at that. I was not good at keeping the rules and doing everything right to please Him. And I was under the misconception also that God would, I don't know, he would do away with me. He would push me away, withdraw from me when I was doing bad, doing things that I didn't think that he wanted me to do, or whatever. And
Your sin was between you. You
yeah.
saw him over here and you over here, and the sin all in between you.
Right, separating us. And then I had to do something to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
And I did one of two things. I would either work really hard to fix that. I was all over it. Good boy, gonna be a good boy, gonna do what I need to do, fix everything, or look at it and be like, there's no way I can fix all that. So I'm just not gonna try. So that's the rebellious Neil, the guy that just would just give up and just do whatever because I felt like it didn't matter. I mean, he was gone. God didn't want to have anything to do with me. He was just looking at me and shaking his head like, "There's no way. This is not a kid that I want." So it was it was really two extremes. I was not in the middle of that.
Well, either way, you were trying to be the one in control of it.
Yeah. It was all about me.
Just like now with the website, or when you're doubting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Same way, you're trying to be in control of it.
And I want to point out here too, because I don't know if we've said this, but like the situation with the website, that is a seemingly small, meaningless thing, and it really is. But that's where I think we see this stuff the clearest if we'll take time to look at it. Like for me, it caused a lot of frustration. And I could just say, it's just a website. And you could say, just shut up, it's a website. Forget it. But, if you'll take the time to see what is really going on that is making this such a struggle. I think it's in those little day-to-day things that we get to really, really get to see, because it's evidence of something. Evidence of small things. And if I can trust God in a small thing, something seemingly small, then I can trust him with something bigger. So if I can trust him by letting go of something as insignificant as a website, whether it's ever going to be right or not, if I can trust him with that, maybe I can trust him with something way more meaningful and important. And anyway.
Well, you gave the picture of the lie of the sin being between you and God, but to just kind of sum up the truth of that, it's really you and God standing together. He's loving on you, embracing you.
Absolutely.
And your sin is still there, but he took care of that, and he assures you of that.
Right.
When he's loving on you, so if you trust in that, then you're able to look at your sin differently.
Right.
Not as something you have to do to get him to love on you.
Well,
he's already loving on you.
What just came to my mind, actually, when you were saying that was our son, Michael. When there's been times where he's come to us with things and we did not respond well. I know I've not responded well times with some things that has happened.
Reacted.
Yeah, we reacted instead of we didn't think. But the times that, I just put my arm around him and was like, he's told me something he's done or something that's happened to him and it's bad and he's upset, and just put my arm around him and we look at it and deal with it together, me and him, and he knows he's not alone. He doesn't feel pushed away or rejected because of what he's done. That's what I want. That's what I need. I need to be reminded of that. That's who God is to me. That's my Father in heaven. That's who he is. And that's how he responds to me when I go to him and I'm broken and I've done something terrible or whatever it is. And he just grabs hold of me. He's like, he pulls me in closer. He doesn't push me away. He actually pulls me closer. That's how I want to envision this. And I believe that's the way it really is. And he looks at it with me. And he's like, we can deal with this together. So anyway, we've gone whatever our time again, trying to keep this stuff short. But thank you for listening, and we'll see you again sometime soon.